We live? I think we live. Just need the camera to chill out. It's reflecting off the old dome. Is that better? Is that worse? That's better. Cover the dome. Okay, looks like it's working. Alright. Satisfactory. Early access. Build 6. Let's go. Session name. Stobbie. Build 6. It's private. Let's skip the intro. Let's not skip the intro. Grass fields. Start the game. So, I've played a bit of Build 5. This is my first time getting into Build 6. I'm really keen to see what they've brought in. Some real nice quality of life things, I hope.
Attention Pioneer. The following instructional video is a summary of your impending duties as an exoplanetary pioneer for Fixit Incorporated. Fixit Pioneers have 3 cyclical assigned pillars of work to ultimately accomplish project assembly. Use provided blueprints to build the necessary buildings. Chart the planet and gather resources to provide desired results and improve your infrastructure.
It's going to be kilometer-long conveyor belts.
Make sure to report any unusual discoveries to R&D for analysis.
Looks like in-game audio is a touch loud.
Expand your factories, outposts, and pipelines through automation and augmentation.
Or we just move the mic.
That's it. Get to work and be effective.
Get to work.
Warning,
be effective.
Planetfall imminent. Please remain seated during full procedure.
This game is so
Atmospheric
good.
entry in 5, 4,
Here we go.
3, 2, 1. Planetfall procedure initialized.
Giving me such Subnautica vibes. Love this game. It's so good. Oh, there we go. I've only ever played the game once before offline, so I don't know if it'll be dropped in the exact same spot or like a random spot. I hope it's random. Within the biome you've selected, of course.
Planetfall complete. Please ensure the integrity of your multi-purpose exploration suit is at 100%. Remember, efficiency first. Godspeed.
Let's get it. Okay, so
welcome to Planet Massage 2 ABB, your designated sector in the binary star system of Akija. I am Ada, also known as Artificial Directory and Assist Note.
Yep. Hints.
First objective. Please dismiss.
Okay, can I scan for stuff yet? I cannot.
All important Fixit data and communication is recorded and stored in the codex, including these steps.
Where are we going to put our base? I want a nice big old open area. Wait, this looks familiar. Does this go down to the watery bit? Nope. Press O to open the codex.
Second objective. Please ensure you have your Fixit Incorporated Xeno Zapper equipped before leaving the drop zone. Note, according to Fixit regulations, every pioneer should have access to a means of defense against extraterrestrial
I don't like
threats.
how the terrain is a little not exactly level here. Okay, press tab to open the inventory, drag and drop the Xeno Zapper. Ooh, that's new. Legs, back, body, head.
Third objective. Please familiarize yourself with the resource scanner to find iron. Note, The acquisition of iron is considered essential in preparation for all future objectives.
Oh, where's the nearest? 230, 240, 220. Looks like there's 3 nodes there, but I don't know how close those are. These are the closest at 230 meters. Let's go for these. Anyway, lads, it is so good to be streaming again. It has been so long. Life has been crazy. It still is. What's been giving me the hardest time is the professional qualifications that I'm studying for. But I started to realize that I really miss streaming. I'm like, well, to hell with it. Life is crazy, but I want to get back into streaming. Hold E together resources, yeah, fine. Oh, here we go. Trick, alright. 1, 2, is this just 2 irons, not 3. That's fine to start with. Get zapped. Yo. When these things start running around in a circle, super annoying. Give me that Carapace. Yes. Okay. Hold E together resources. Wolfheim. Right, lads. Keep an eye on the YouTube
Build the
channel for a while, Dad.
No.
I'm ready to get back into Battle Brothers again. But it's not going to be a stream. It'll be a episodic upload.
Ensure the hub is built on spacious open terrain close to the presence of iron sources. Failure to do so will likely result in non-optimal progress.
How does it look up here, up this little ledge? Yummy berries. This is more like it. And also, like, we could have our base built along this plateau here. I see a bit of quartz there. That's nice and important. And it actually shouldn't be too difficult to level this off with foundations. And we could make a huge-ass factory around here. Although I'm experimenting with the idea of doing a modular system to the base, to the factory, where we have buildings, like a power generating building, a processing building, construction building, that type of thing. So that I'm not so tied down to needing one gigantic building. So, you know, Wolfheim, I really want to make sure that I actually achieve a Battle Brothers playthrough where I make it all the way to Black Monolith successfully with the peasants. This could actually be interesting, eh? Maybe we could build foundations across this entire chasm. What do we think of this little start area? We've got copper right here. There's 2 little iron nodes just a little way down here. What about this valley? Actually, this valley looks kind of better. ESCOM, dude. Ugh. So for you, those of you people who are privileged enough to not know what we mean when we complain about ESCOM. ESCOM is the national power generator for South Africa. And they're running on old, outdated equipment, power stations that are falling apart, getting mismanaged. And there's not enough power to supply the national grid, so we get load shedding, which is where parts of the country just don't have power. And then when there's industrial action like strikes, like we're experiencing now, then if anyone in the supply chain of power starts to strike, then we're just doubly screwed. Anyways, I think I can dynamite these rocks to get rid of them at a future point. And here's actually 3 iron nodes. And I think this is going to be all the iron we're going to need for any time soon. And what do we have there? More limestone. More limestone. We might have to travel a little for copper, but this looks good. Let's use this valley as the start of our base. Alright. So, build the hub. Hub can be found by pressing Q. Here's the power side of it. I'm actually going to rebuild the hub once I put foundations down. Like this entire valley, as far as we can see, is just going to be foundations everywhere.
Congratulations. You have unlocked Hub Feature, Manual Craft Bench. Hub Feature, Hub Terminal. 5th objective.
Actually, no, Hedrick, I mean,
Hub Upgrade 1.
Even the Western Cape.
The Craft Bench and Hub Terminal are essential for progression to the
DA
next
control.
objective.
They're not under the control of ANC. They're still on the national power grid, so... What can you do? 10, rods. So I want to get iron production up as soon as possible, to the point where I can start building foundations, because what I want to avoid is what happened in my last playthrough, which is where your initial base is just a mess, just plopped on the ground.
Congratulations.
And there's trees clipping through everything and rocks clipping through everything.
Workshop. Equipment, portable miner.
So we'll
Inventory, additional slots.
Blood Bowl 3,
feature, personal
that's
storage.
a yikes from me, dog.
Sixth objective.
I saw a few people playing it and I was like,
note,
no,
portable
dude.
miners require no power and will mine a
I was
node until
not
their
feeling it at
inventory
all.
is full. Note, multiple portable miners can be used on a single node.
So on the subject of Blood Bowl 3, like, it's not super exciting. Like, the art style, some people will dig it. I just really didn't dig the art style. What I didn't like the most was, God, where do you start? Okay, what didn't I like? I didn't like the art style. The UI I thought was god awful. You could see that the UI was meant to be optimized for console players, which is fine. And maybe if in future they will let you have a different UI setup that doesn't use those god awful wheels, maybe it'll be better. So I hated the UI. If they fix the UI and make it better, which is like rolling back to Blood Bowl 2 levels, you know. And if you think that if going back to the way the previous iteration was would be an improvement, you've gone astray. So fix the UI. The visual style is whatever, but the thing that I wanted to see more than anything else from Blood Bowl 3 was the 3-into-1 MVP system, which is where you nominate 3 of your players and one of those 3 gets the MVP. That's what I wanted. Because just the churn of your players and the brutality of having your dead player get MVP every time, and then, you know, all of that shit. That's what I wanted to avoid. And they didn't do that. So far, I would say that Blood Bowl 3 looks dog, not pog. But there's nothing that can't be changed to make it pog. But I worry, I really worry that they've already messed up enough that they've really got, they've made a mountain for themselves if they're going to get the existing fan base to be hyped for it, because it just doesn't look good, man. Doesn't look good. So if you ask me what I am hyped for, I would say Predecessor. I can't wait for Predecessor. I played in the early access the last time I streamed a little while ago, and it was just, it felt like I was playing Paragon again. It was just so good. Chills, man. Chills. God, it was good. Okay, Equipment Workshop is used to craft equipment like portable miner. Portable miner can be placed in the resource. Push
You have
Q to open the
unlocked
build
hub
menu.
feature, biomass burner. Scanner feature,
Iron rods.
copper. New buildings and recipes, which can be found in the build menu and craft bench respectively.
So, I don't know a lot about this game. I've played like 10 hours offline.
3. Note, connect buildings to a biomass burner for power. Note, buildings such as the smelter require a recipe to be set.
Okay.
Advice, automate the smelting process and
Advice.
use portable miners for optimal results.
So I want 10 iron plates and 10 iron rods. So, here's what I want to know. And go ahead, don't worry about spoilers, lads. If you know the answer, tell me. With the power system, can you just keep... Well, basically, can the power system handle as much power as you throw into it? Because one of the first times I was looking at my little power grids in my other offline base. Wait a second, how do you build the little portable miner? I think I need to build the workshop. So I built the first biomass smelter, and then I noticed that it said capacity was 30 megawatts. So then I wasn't putting more than 30 megawatts on a circuit, so I was building a load of separate circuits throughout my base. Like I had the iron ore circuit, and I had the copper circuit, and so on and so forth. And I wonder if that's not necessary, because I actually saw Day 9 playing, and he just seemed to be adding multiple biomass burners onto a single circuit. So I hope you can do that, because I want to do that. They have no max capacity. Excellent. Okay. That's great, because that then means we can make 1 mega power grid. And that also means we can, as soon as we have the ability to get foundations going, I'm going to put down a 3x3 and have that be the start of a basic power plant, a biomass power plant, which we'll use for the most of the playthrough until we switch over to coal power and automate fully. As many as you want into a single grid. Excellent. Okay, so I want to make 3 more portable miners. What do I need for 3 portable miners? I think I need plates and rods. Okay. I need 1 more for the iron, which gives us 3. And then there's 2 limestone nodes around us. Let's build as many as we can. Excellent. Excellent, yes. Oh, Xeno Zapper. No. There you go. Oh, there's 2 of these buggers. Get over here. Oh, I forgot how hard it is to kill these things with a zapper. I'm so accustomed to using the sword. We're gonna get owned. Oh, lads, I got a new puppy. Hey. So you guys might know that my girlfriend moved in there last year with her boxer. So there's Lucy the boxer. And as of yesterday, we now have Bentley, the Boston Terrier puppy. He is so cute. If you guys want to see pictures of Bentley the Boston Terrier, you need to head over to Discord. In the Cute Puppies and Doggos channel. He's 9 weeks old. He is gorgeous. And I've always been a lover of bulldogs, and particularly wanted a French bulldog. But French bulldogs are prohibitively expensive, and I worry about their health conditions. And an English bulldog would be my #1 choice, but I know they have very bad health conditions. And based on my research, I heard that Boston Terriers don't suffer as much from the, what do they call them? Brachiocephalitic, the flat-faced animals. Any strategy games? The Dune RTS game looks pretty cool. But based on the early access that I saw, I think it was Angry Joe who was playing it. It looked like the kind of game that I put in the category of keep an eye on it, come back to it. And I think it's the same story for the Starship Troopers game as well. What is this? Sam or already? So yeah, Wolf and I'm on the subject of dogs with their health problems. Like, I mean, the English Bulldog. You guys would know that I had an English Bulldog called Angus, who was the love of my life. God, I love that dog. I still love him. He's been gone for 15 years, but God, he was wonderful. But it sucks for me to have to, like, be honest with myself and tell myself that he didn't have a good quality of life. Those English Bulldogs, for the most part, are terribly overbred. And they don't have good lives. Anyways, I'm hoping that my little Boston Terrier is going to have a happier and healthier life. He is so cute. He's such a spunky little guy as well. He's 9 weeks old and he's playing with like a fully grown boxer. And the boxer's paw is like the size of his head. And she just pins him down. And this little boxer's like, oh, forget him! And he just attacks her. You know, you don't take no shit. Here's the other one, right? 520, 340, 530. Okay, I don't want to have to go 300 odd meters for that. Okay, hold V to select the resource. Buildings like the smelter require a recipe. Biomass burner located in the hub. Power generators in most buildings. Single power line connection, okay, fine. Phoenix Point at the moment, gathering resources is hard. It is, Hattrick. So the thing that I would recommend for Phoenix Point that really was a game changer for me was getting an Alpha and a Bravo squad up ASAP. It's actually surprisingly easy getting that done. Okay, wait a second, we need power. Let's get some smelting going. And can I build a storage container yet? Not yet. So I need this. For this I need copper wire, so I can't build power yet. I need to build wire manually, and for that we need copper. Let's just bust out some ingots. So Hattrick, Phoenix Point. You need an Alpha and a Bravo squad, sharpish. And I've experimented 2 different ways of doing that, which is hiring my own staff. Well, first of all, you have your 6-man squad and you make armor and weapons for them. That's Alpha squad. And then you have 2 approaches to get a beta squad together, which is you recruit your own soldiers through your own Phoenix program, but they don't have any armor, they don't have any weapons. That's why they're cheap. What you can do is with Alpha squad, you do missions, preferentially hitting the scavenging missions, and then you rush contact with the factions, and you buy soldiers from the factions, because they come with a full suit of armor. Then you only have to build weapons for them. And then you then have like tier 2 armor kind of for free. The other option is you build the very cheap tier 1 raider class armor, and you have that be for beta squad. And you just hire 6 nerds, and you get yourself that second little manticore, and your beta squad just runs around and explores and does easy and medium missions. You have to be careful with them, but it's like you can win the fights with that raider armor, but it's not impossible. It's just difficult. And then you just need 2 manticores, just expanding, scanning, hitting salvage. You just got to hit the resources, bam, 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 over and over and over again. And then you go through the resource tree to farming food, and then when you run out of resources, you have to have gigantic reserves of food, and you trade your food for the other resources. There's plenty of Phoenix Point walkthroughs. Not by myself. I haven't done one. I want to maybe get back into it. Perhaps after the Satisfactory stream, we'll jump back into Phoenix Point, especially because there's this vehicle update. But in my most recent offline playthrough of Phoenix Point, I played all the way through the campaign up until when you start fighting those ancient beings with laser beams. And after the first mission of playing against them, I just lost interest because those aliens, those elder laser shooting aliens, just wreck you. They just, as soon as they hit one of your soldiers, the body part's disabled. It's brutal because like they only shoot once, but they're it's like, imagine going into a mission where you're fighting nothing but snipers. It's oppressive. It's not fun. But we'll give it another try. Which faction to lean to? That's actually not a great strategy, hey? Like, for me, I stand for New Jericho. I love New Jericho because, you know, I very much take the Purge the Xenos approach. As we all know we should, because you need to fear and respect the God Emperor, as we all know that. Can I not make copper ingots? So the thing is, you can decide at any point which of the 3 factions you're going to main, but understand that's only going to happen very late into the campaign. So for the first 60 hours of the campaign, you're just going to dip and dive into all 3 of the factions, and the tier 1 and tier 2 faction tech is pretty much equal, pretty much the same. And New Jericho's tech really starts to get good when they get the armor-piercing weaponry, which gives them like 50 armor pierce. But for me, towards the late game, I was running a mix. I mean, if I had an 8-man squad, there are like a couple of must-haves. Like you need one of those mind control psycho dudes. They are non-negotiable. And the Berserker was surprisingly good as well, because they have that armor break ability. Okay. Power line. Smelter. I didn't mean to go off onto a Phoenix Point tangent, but it's just smelter going, and you are going to smelt iron. And as soon as I can build a power pole, we'll do that. I'm going to use wood because 12 per minute. Petals, 12, also 12 per minute. Interesting. 80 per minute. Oh wait, one thing I learned is about optimization. So we're only using 4 megawatts, but we're producing 20. So that burn rate. Oh, I can't overclock yet. Okay, now. So Hattrick, so notice that everything they want headshots here. Yeah. So the way I got around that is to have a berserker in every squad, and then the way your turn starts is you pick a target. Your berserker uses his strip armor ability. You strip the armor completely away from an enemy, and then everyone else just piles in. And then once you start dual classing, you can then start retiring your berserkers. And you can start having assault troopers that are assault / berserker, because that ability to strip armor away remains relevant all throughout the whole game. Okay, righto. Biomass burner, power generators. We need to get another bit of smelting going. Let's get a copper smelter going as well. Can't afford. We need wire. So we're gonna go fetch some copper. And you lads are going to notice one thing we're going to do as well is that once we start leaving the base and going off to distant nodes, I'm going to put power lines down as I find the nodes. Because I not only want to preemptively have power there when I want to set up automated mining, but I use the power lines to help me find what I'm looking for. So anyways, like I said, keep an eye on the YouTube channel. There's going to be Battle Brothers content going up there again soon. It won't be like a whole lot of it and super consistent, because I'm going to be trying to snatch an hour here or there during my workday to record an episode. Okay, copper ingots. So yeah, Hattrick, I mean, if you've played XCOM, it helps a little bit for Phoenix Point, but not a whole lot. Come on, let's get some assemblers going. I want to get to the assembly tech. And I want storage. What does this give us? 3. Here's everything that I want. Give me that. That's the big one. And we can make concrete. Excellent. Excellent. Do I think they'll make another XCOM? Probably. But it'll be on mobile, and it'll be cursed. And there will be much wailing and gnashing of teeth. Gaming. It's so depressing being a gamer. Like, there's never been a time where there are more incredible games to play. And yet, there's never been a time where the game companies have been more assholes, you know? Righto. So, I can put foundations down now.
You have unlocked Scanner Feature, Limestone.
Limestone.
New buildings and recipes, which can be found in the Build menu and Craft bench, respectively.
Okay, so check it out.
Objective. Complete hub upgrade 4. Note. Use power poles to expand the power network for optimal results.
Okay, so the second I can put foundations down, I'm going to destroy all of this stuff, slap down some foundations. Oh, come on. And rebuild. Foundations and then rebuild. That's what we're going to be doing. What do we need? We needed 3 cables and we needed 3 iron plates. Because I figure as soon as I get the foundations down neatly, preemptively, it's actually less work in the long run. And then we're going to start cranking out. I think an entire node will be cranking out just plates, an entire node just iron rods, and another node just screws. Although I might do 2 plates and then 1 node, 2 nodes just plates, 1 node iron rods, half of that screws. But We'll see. Whoopsie. Plates. Conveyor belts, thank you. Where do I get foundations?
Congratulations, you have unlocked building, conveyor belts and poles. Inventory, additional slots. 9th objective, complete hub
alright,
upgrade
I'm gonna have to
5.
automate this.
Note,
This is too much.
portable miners cannot be connected to conveyor belts. Advice, when planning the construction of buildings, note the placement of conveyor belts.
Yes, ma'am. Constructor, smelter. Power line, power pole. So I can't actually build automated miners yet. What do you think of ex-Blizzard employees making a new RTS? I think I heard something about that in, what was it? This Week in Gaming. Ooh, that's a lot of ingots. I'm embarrassed to admit how long I played without realizing you could switch the recipe. Alright, let's start banging out some rods. So, I'm a happy lad. Got some lovely dogs. I'm going to show Bentley on stream at some point when he's a bit older. He's still brand new, he's 9 weeks old. Happy about that. And I'm going to do my damnedest to stream more consistently. But of course we'll have to see. I do know that I've got those 2 professional qualifications that I'm studying for. And in like the last week of August and the first week of September is when I'm writing my exams for them. So I'll be pretty quiet during those 2 weeks, but then I've finally gotten the missus on board with the fact that I need to stream. Like, I was really pretty, I wouldn't say depressed, but like, I missed it. I really missed streaming. And I've gotten her to understand that it's something I need to do. So, feel good about that. And I'm going to do my damnedest to stick to my schedule of Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, of about 8 to 10, 8 to 11. Oh, we'll see. Thought that Frost Giant game would look better. That mobile cartoony art style. Yeah. I don't know. Call me cynical, but I feel like there's a lot of developers going for particular art style. I don't know. Criticizing art style is stupid because it's art. So it's, by definition, almost entirely subjective. But a lot of times I can't help but think that the decision for a particular art style is motivated by the ease of its implementation rather than, you know, a lot of other reasons. Will the stream be on YouTube? Yes, it will. Yes, it will. I did briefly consider going back to Twitch, but man, screw Twitch. They're just, I don't know. They are the lesser of two evils at the moment, I think. Fucking Twitch. And of course, there's no visibility whatsoever. So I'm going to put all my effort into YouTube. And I'll start monetizing at some point because goddamn do I need it. Turns out raising a teenager and a 10-year-old is fucking expensive. Who would have thought? But this teenager lad, son of mine, is a pretty damn good Apex player, so I might do some Apex play. But, like, yes and no. Like, playing Apex for me is so depressing because
Mark 1.
I have to play on the European servers. So playing a shooter with 185 ping is miserable. It's absolutely miserable.
There are no notes.
They are my girlfriend's kids, but so they're mine. Okay, so what I did in my last build was I had like a line of burners, each one on its own little circuit. That's not going to be the case here now. So we're going to have a central power line system, like so. And I'm going to try to more or less keep the power lines. Let's see, so power line. Yeah. It's there. There. Okay, let's get the power ready. One will go there. One will go here. And it's good to know that all I need to do is to just keep adding burners to the one circuit. So that's encouraging. Indeed, Wolf, package deal, absolutely. But I mean, if the person I ended up with didn't have their own kids, I would want to have my own kids anyway. Kids are fucking infuriating, but you know, also kind of wonderful. No, wait, I learned a better way to do this. You attach the cable, and then you can see how long you want to have it. Like that. And it automatically gives it its own power. Yo, can we build mining stuff yet? There we go, miner mark 1. Plates. But I'm going to have to redo all of this stuff when I can put foundations down. I suppose it's not so bad. Okay, so this is going to be smelters. Let's have at least 2 smelters. Storage containers will be here. What do I need? Plates. Well, Wolfenheim, you say that. You say you couldn't handle taking care of someone else's kids, but the thing is, they're just kids, man. All they need is love and direction and support, and it's kind of in you as a person, you know. And I think what will surprise you, if you're ever in my situation, is how quickly you fall in love with the kids. Not that you don't want to murder them on a daily basis, on an hourly basis. But they're great. Great. This is going to be a problem at some point. So this is copper, so that means this is going to be iron. How many? We need storage bins for copper ore and for... Can't afford. Give me plates. Hang on, here's a serious question. Which Space Marine faction you join, Salamander or Bloodraven? I'm not familiar with the Salamanders, so I'd go Bloodraven. But I think, who were the blue and gold lads? Alpha Legion? Or no, they had the blue and gold and they had the Omega sign, so Omega Legion was always my favorite. I seem to recall something about them having like the most brutal training and they had the highest death rate or something like that. I remember reading their lore and thinking that is badass. Speaking of Warhammer, the new Vermintide game, it's not Vermintide, but help me, what's it called again? I think it's Ultramarines, you know. But what's the new one? The 40k Space Marine, not Vermintide. Help me stream, my smooth brain is very smooth. Okay, copper ore. Iron ore, iron ore, iron ore. Dark Tide. I saw a preview build of it. Again, Skill Up did a preview and it looks so good. Raging Fury, what up, dude? Exactly. Warhammer Left 4 Dead. Pump it directly into my brain. I can't wait. The thing I expect though about that kind of game is that everyone's just going to want to play the Ogren. Everyone's just going to be like, I'm the Ogren, no, I'm the Ogren, no, screw you, no, I'm the Ogren. Although the Sniper lad seems cool. Actually, or Psyker, the Psyker seems pretty cool. I'll probably be a Ogren main, if not then Psyker. But we'll see. No, that ain't right. Iron ore, iron ore, iron ore, iron. How's SA? COVID restrictions are almost entirely lifted, eh? We're walking around without masks, even in the office, no masks. I mean, masks are entirely optional, which is kind of, you know, I get it. Like, I still see people with masks. I completely get it. I think if you're in the vulnerable persons category, it makes complete sense to still wear your mask. Okay, concrete. I need copper. I want to automate the copper mining as soon as possible. And for that, we need plates. Let's see. So storage, we need. We'll make that 5. We don't need a smelter. We need a miner. So for that, I need 10 plates and 10 concrete. I just need a miner and loads of conveyor belts. So we have how much concrete? None. So 14 concrete. Wait, I wonder if I can now just make foundations now that I've built concrete. Yeah, man. Getting the mask off felt great, didn't it? But, like, I mean, I'm a little, like, I don't know how to feel about it. I worry that it's going to spike again and it's going to get people killed, but, I mean, overall the numbers are fine and the variants are getting less crazy, so, So, John, yeah, go to YouTube and search for Dark Tide. Warhammer 40k Dark Tide. Skill Up has done a preview video. It looks amazing. It's basically Vermintide, but in the Warhammer 40k. So it's not the fantasy setting. It's the 40k setting. And it looks tits. And I think saying something looks tits is the highest compliment you can give it. It just looks like so much fun. I can't wait. What's wrong? Have we got no power? Or have we run out of ore? Run out of ore, we're out of power. There's so much to do here. We need to get... Why is the smelter not running? Did some copper ore get in there by mistake? Iron ore, no, it's all iron ore. Did I not plug it in? Am I an idiot? 4 megawatts. Oh, it must be full. No, it can't be full. It should have ejected. I didn't plug it in. I did plug it in. Consumption 0, production 0. Or did I not select the recipe? I do know that if any little bit of the wrong ore goes in there, it won't do anything. I am confused. Why no work key? I must have done something wrong with the power. No, power's good here. From there, it runs to there. And then from here, power's it. Oh, iron ore goes in, ingots come out. What? I'm very confused. It's down to 92. That number should be going up now. Oh, okay, good. Now it's working. All right. Weird. So, can we build a miner? No, we need plates. Let's just get the iron automation going, then we will make enough plates so that we can do the same then for copper automation. So, Hedrick, you say it has an apexy look. It's funny you say that. It's because you can slide, I think that's why. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's on the same engine. Should I just get an assembler going to just bust out plates? I mean, I might as well. Still can't build foundations. I'm going to have to do this before we can do foundations. Okay, right. Oh, rods. This game is good though. I love it. Okay, so copper ore, once we have it, will go in there. Let's get some iron mining going. What am I missing? Nothing. Bam. Bam. Now, for the sake of uniformity, we will use joiners and splitters at some point, but we can't do that yet. Like eventually, actually I think I might have 3 separate iron lines. It's way too early to think about that. Let's not get distracted. Let's take that. We needed, what, 13 plates to be able to get that going. And then that'll make a whole bunch of ingots, which will then go into an assembler, which will start giving us iron plates. And then we can do a duplicate line that makes only rods. Ugh, I need to manually make the plates, don't I? I did. Good. What are your thoughts on Warhammer 40k battles? I'm not sure what you mean by battles. You mean like the tabletop stuff? I don't know if I'd like the tabletop. I never got to try. I never had friends who were nerdy enough to play. Oh, Battle Sector. What's Battle Sector again? Remind me. Don't recall. What Battle Sector? I'll have to check it out. The Warhammer 40k game I think I'm playing the most is Inquisitor Martyr. I surprisingly enjoy Inquisitor Martyr. It's a nice, fun, turn brain off and just flamethrower millions of enemies kind of game. It's quite meditative. Ship to ship. Oh, that! Yeah, I never tried that. Probably should. Okay, how many plates do I need for a constructor? I need 2 reinforced plates. And I need 6 wires. I thought I picked up ingots. No, ingots are in here. Alright. Iron plates. We just need 2. So yeah, if the 2 games that I'm most hyped for, I would have to say Warhammer 40k Darktide and Paragon Predecessor. I cannot wait for Predecessor. Okay, we need some copper. And I must just get in the habit of grabbing bushes as I go. I'm quite keen to show you lads my little automated solid biomass construction facility, where I basically have bins for all of the types of resources that can go into biomass. And then I have joiners that then put the biomass into a single assembler that I then hypercharge, that cranks out solid biomass at a pretty decent rate. And then the solid biomass keeps my base going for the early game. So anyways, I'm still playing a bit of Dota, and I wanted to stream tomorrow night, but I need to meet my future sister-in-law's boyfriend tomorrow night, so I'll no stream tomorrow night. But that means then on Tuesday, when I'm going to play in the Pyrian Flex in-house, I'll be playing Dota 2 tomorrow night, and then Wednesday we'll get back to Satisfactory. Alright, so this is going to produce ingots. Do I think Microsoft buying Blizzard's good or bad? I'm never going to say big corporation buying another big corporation is anything other than, I don't really give a shit. They're all just evil corporations and they must all fuck off. But like, it's so frustrating because what is a corporation? It's this amorphous thing. When you say Blizzard sucks, you're saying the certain part of their employees, the executives, are evil, blood-sucking cunts. So I don't like saying, oh, Activision Blizzard is evil. Because what about all the honest, hard-working, talented people who make a living working for this, you know, evil, blood-sucking corporation? They don't deserve to get painted with that brush. But yeah. I'm going to come out here and take a big brave... I'll take a brave anti-big corporation stance. Do I think Microsoft is... Them buying it should help. I think Microsoft seemed to have stronger corporate governance than Activision Blizzard, so I suppose it's good. You dropped Dota 2? Over the years, I started playing in 2012, and whoopsie, I've uninstalled Dota a number of times, but I've been playing pretty solidly now again since like 2018, and I have at least managed to learn that. Wait, what am I doing here? I'm having a brain aneurysm live on stream. I should have been building assemblers here. Ingots can just increase. Alright. Copper ingots. What happened? Did we run out? Why did this stop again? Were we out of... Oh, that's all. I stopped power. Righto. Can't connect more power lines to this connection. What? Alright, we've got power. The Dawn of War 3 might still happen. It could happen. It could totally happen. Are we going to build a long, disgusting ass conveyor belt system up there to copper? Yes, we are. We'll rejig it eventually. Limestone. I need concrete. And I've really been enjoying Day 9's Factorio stream, but I love it. I really enjoy seeing how his brain works, because like he has all that programming knowledge. But watching him go through his base before he's built the mega factory, where it's just a sprawl of buildings and wires, looking at the way that it's just wires everywhere, it just makes my eye twitch. I can't handle it. So Patrick, like, I totally get it. Not everyone. Well, first of all, no one's got anything to prove. Like, I mean, if you don't feel like you have the mental bandwidth for something like Dota or CSGO, like, I totally get it. And if people stop playing for the right reasons, that's great. But like for me, I mean, I used to play CSGO for a little while, I mean, I was as high, you're not going to believe this, Silver 2, and I'm assuming that means like you're the second best tier of player, you know, because obviously it's silver then gold, and that's how that works. So I was an incredible CSGO player, like, you know, the next twist. But I was playing Dota as well, and I think unless you play games for a living, kind of like professionally, you can't really casually play both of those games unless they, or if you do prepare for them to drive you mental. Because my god, if I don't play Dota very often and I jump back into it, you just get absolutely raffle stomped. Even at your rank, because like, if you finish it, I think no matter what your rank is, if anything it gets worse at higher ranks, but whatever your rank is, the longer you go without playing, the more brutal it is when you jump back in, because you've still got that rank where you're playing that well, and your skills just degrade over time, the whole time, you know? Your muscle memory fades, you lose track of updates, you lose track of the meta, and I think people underestimate how important muscle memory is in Dota specifically, but all games, but Dota specifically. So yeah, it's brutal, but I still love Dota. What really got me to enjoy it more recently was I stopped only spamming POS 5 because I was pretty much a support main. But now that I've started branching out in playing core roles, I'm really enjoying it a lot more. Okay, hang on. So we need another assembly system here, because this is going to be concrete production. So we've sorted out iron production already. Does it need a smelter? I don't think it does. It just needs an assembler. A constructor, excuse me. But let's not get one thing at a time. Let's get plate production automated. Or iron products. We can switch across between plates and rods and whatever as and when needed. What's going on? Oh, you need power. Of course you do. Ugh, for that we need a wire. The early game in this game is kind of brutal, isn't it? No cable, not wire. So Hattrick, well, like, so the thing is, I take it, Hattrick, then that you used to play League of Legends, and you very much appreciated the surrender function. And I mean, I actually started my MOBA, quote-unquote MOBA career with League of Legends. Played League of Legends for a couple of years. Well, no, not even a year, it was a couple of months, sorry. A couple of months of League of Legends, then Heroes of New Earth, and then Dota. So I played all three. And so I've experienced the surrender function and the non-surrender function. And overall, I think that the non-surrender function is better. Because I play a lot of solo ranked, and I used to in LoL as well. And the experience in solo ranked was, however the lanes go, like if lanes go badly, your team just surrenders, and that's the end of it. And that's how every game ends. And I hated that. I hated it. I mean, in Dota, you kind of know when the writing's on the wall and you're going to lose. But if we are getting stomped that badly, at least the game is kind of going to end quickly. Quick enough that it's not that miserable, I find. So yeah, overall, I'd say I'm in favor of the no surrender option. Okay, so here is iron production. Let's get concrete going, because I'm going to want to be building a shitload of concrete. For that we need cables and reinforced iron plates. So if you play at Smart Hat-Trick, I hope then I'm going to see you in the predecessor client once predecessor is out. Missing the screws. Because predecessor is so unbelievably good, and if you felt that you enjoyed Smart, you'll love predecessor. It's the third person over the shoulder view of Smart, but with jaw-dropping graphics. The game is legitimately beautiful. It really is. And if they don't screw it up, it's just a legitimately great game. Okay, so this is going to be concrete production. Concrete, I think, doesn't need to be smelted, so it can just go from the storage locker straight into the assembler. Who's making it? I forget what they are called, but they are ex-devs of predecessor. They are the guys who were working on predecessor. So, what are they called? I forget. You'll have to Google it. But my experience in the beta was 9 out of 10. A couple bugs, like, you know, they need to have more champs available when the game releases, but it's so good. I got goosebumps playing the alpha. And as long as they don't repeat the same mistakes that Paragon made, they're onto something really special, I think. Are we? Okay, how are we doing? I think alright. We have iron production running. We're now working on concrete production, and then we'll automate copper production. Then we'll get enough resources to complete Hub Upgrade 6, which will hopefully give us concrete foundations, at which point we will save up a bunch of resources and rebuild the entire base on foundations. Because I don't want to knock down and rebuild the entire base from scratch later on. Conveyor belts. How much can I build here? There. I think I need more concrete. 26 concrete? No, it's just plates. And now happily all these extra ingots that I'm sitting on I can just throw into the storage here. Although, let's manually bust out some more plates. So, it's currently 9:30, and at 10 o'clock I am going to have to stop streaming because I can't run my generator past 10 PM because of the noise ordinances. Which is annoying. I want to stream some more. Patience. But yeah, like I say, hopefully there will be an episode of Battle Brothers going up on the YouTube channel in the next day or two. And then we'll stream this again on Wednesday. Actually, no, I'm streaming Tuesday night. I'm going to be playing Dota on Tuesday night. Plates. Seen any good movies? Like new movies? No, I can't think of anything recent that was good. But my favorite movies these days are The Big Short and Moneyball. I think they are phenomenally good. Wait, something's gone wrong here. Oh, no, it hasn't. Wait a second. Righto. Power. Is Top Gun good, really? I need to go watch it with the missus. I've heard that it's good. But like, it doesn't strike me as my kind of movie that I would enjoy. But if it's just good, clean fun, you know, good, clean action movie fun, then nothing wrong with that. Wait a second. I need to change the orientation. You don't. I need to build it from there. Okay, we need loads of plates. We need to look at how power is going. Consuming 18. And wait, for goodness sake, I'm so easily distracted, I swear. When is the limestone going to start coming through here? Soon. Okay, so we set this constructor to do concrete, and we plug it into the power grid. There. And we need to get the next constructor ready to go to do copper, which is going to be over here. So for that we need reinforced iron plates. It's exactly that. Good clean fun. Hell yeah. Well, this is going to be too much of an angle, isn't it? No, it's okay. This is going to be wire, and then we will flick this between wire and cable as needed. Righto, so shopping list, smelter. Right, add to to-do list. No, not smelter. Remove from to-do list. It's just a miner, honestly. And loads and loads and loads of plates to be able to build the, what are they called again? Conveyor belts. Why has this stopped? We are out of power, aren't we? Yep. Well, hat trick. The generator is running, and it's just outside the garage door, and I'm here in the garage. It just shows you. Wait, what did max consumption went up to 26? But don't these max production? Okay, I think we need to hook up the second generator. Max consumption is 26, production is 22. With two of them running, it should actually be higher than that, but I think it takes a little while to show the increase, doesn't it? Although it seems, is it auto limiting? That's pretty cool. Excellent. How many plates do we have? 75. That might not get us all the way back. And get in the habit of grabbing leaves as you run around. And the chainsaw is going to be one of the first things I'm going to research, because the chainsaw is just so necessary. I know. And where are my power poles? Of course, I need rods. Curses. We need rods. I don't have that much wire. Okay, we need some more wire, some more cable, some more rods. Let's go. So once I get these 3 resource production lines going, I think it'll be at that point that I then save up and, yeah, like I say, throw foundations down. Copper ore. Exit. Let's see. Is the concrete flowing? Excellent. So the concrete produces pretty slowly, but it's graphics card. I think I have a GDX 2070. So it's middling. Well, that's middle upper, but I don't know. It's fine. Although I'm opening up GeForce Performance Overlay, and it's not showing me my FPS. Although I did set the dynamic FPS scaling to 60 because I couldn't find a straight up. Oh, there's max FPS. Okay, good, 60, excellent. Wait a second. So then, where was that? Gameplay. It wasn't a gameplay. I think that was an update thing that was changed because there was this weird dynamic FPS scaling thing. But yeah, on the subject of my rig, I needed to keep going for a while because I am nowhere near even being able to think about replacing it. And I shudder to think of how I'm going to replace this thing if it breaks, if something goes wrong. Oof. And we needed rods, and we needed wire and cable. How much cable do we need for electrical cable? Let's get 25 of it. Okay. Let's get the... Oh, for goodness sake. Did I not build wire? Yeah, power. Damn it. Curses. So crypto crashing GPU prices. Yeah, that is true. But the thing is, it's like building a rig is, for me, only like 40% about the GPU. I mean, no, I say 50%. Like, if my overall rig cost, bearing in mind I don't have to buy peripherals, I'm really, like, when it comes time for me to upgrade, all I need to do is motherboard, RAM, CPU, GPU. So, of the total spend, like, for argument's sake, if you spend 100 grand, I would spend 50 of it on the GPU. But of course, within the understanding that I don't want to be bottlenecking too badly anyway. And I always make sure that when I'm building a rig, I go to Tom's Hardware or Linus Tech Tips, and I input all the things I want to buy and make sure I'm not bottlenecking anywhere. It's a pretty common, I think, PC user mistake to just buy something that's pre-built and to not check the bottlenecks. So I do try to avoid that. Okay, any clipping? I think as a rule, I'm just going to be quite aggressive with the elevation of these things because I don't want any clipping. Yeah, so this is going to be copper, right? And I'm going to run, I think, pretty much in line with the other resources. And can I still get underneath that? Yes, I can. I'm going to have to go higher now, I reckon. Okay. So the copper is going to start flowing soon. So we need 100 plates. I think once we hit 100 plates here, we can then switch this over to rod production. Rod. What's wrong? What's going wrong? Zero consumption. Production 0. We need to turn the damn thing on. Let's go grab some leaves. Recommended Ryzen 5i5 strict gaming, ensures content creator, streamer, extra cores. Yeah, I mean, what I didn't want to do was when I retire this machine, have it be my dedicated streaming machine. But I mean, I have a 13-year-old in the house, so he's going to probably inherit this machine. And I'm also not sure that I'm willing to put the work in to understand how to do a dual streaming setup. And there's the space requirements and the power requirements and the software requirements. I think like for guys who are like, you know, career professional streamers, the 2 PC setup can absolutely be worth it. But it's not a necessity by any means. How many leaves do we want here? Let's get like 600 leaves. Already now I'm starting to feel the need for biomass. And that means then I need to set up my biomass refining route. But I prefer to not have to do that. Did I say route? What was a route? My biomass refining little junction, or, you know, mini factory, whatever you call it, production line. But everything I build now, before I build foundations everywhere, I'm going to have to rebuild. So there's that to think about. Just looking at the time, 13 more minutes. Okay, so 250 and 86. 250 and 86. Maximum consumption is 31, so we've got 9 left on the grid before I have to start building another biomass burner. Okay, let's go. So this is copper production, plates. There we go, so we're pretty much sorted for plates now. So what does a separate smelting line cost? It's 4 megawatts plus another 4, it's 8 megawatts, and we have another 9 on the grid, so I wouldn't actually have to switch between plates and rods. I could just put in another smelting line. I think I might do that. Hello, big lad. Creature's in the way. I don't actually need a container at the ore stage, do I? Although, yes, it does need a bottleneck here, so yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we go and point forward. Let's switch to rods for a bit. I actually should have built these with space to walk between them. I'm going to be sure to do that once I rebuild and redesign. Why is the copper not flowing? You're not plugged in, are you? So that means that I'm going to have to make another biomass burner if I want to get another production line going. Alright, forget that then. Aha! Here comes the copper ore. Excellent, my pretties. Look at that. Hooray! Copper ore goes in here. Gets smelted in this smelter. Comes into storage. And gets turned into wires. And then we can flick between wires. And... wires and cable as needed. Concrete, how are we looking? We need 50. We have 61. Excellent. I'm going to start ticking off the requirements for Hub Upgrade 6 as we go. Plates, only have 45. See, oh, I've actually reached the max. I can't actually put more power on this right now. I can get one more thing going. I can get one more miner. So we have 30 per minute. I can, and I've got 60 coming out here. So I could actually split this. But I don't have a splitter. So we're just going to have to be patient. Is the iron ore? It is. It's, of course it would, because yeah, it's using half of what's going into it, so it's going to fill up. That's good. That then means we can manually crank out plates to get to the 100 we need. Satisfactory. So peaceful. 8 minutes left. Let's see if we can do Hub Upgrade 6 before I have to end the stream. Oh. That's all we need. Next. Rods. So Hadrick, you're saying you don't want to moan about Phoenix Point, but when the aliens move their bodies as part of their idle animation, you can learn to use it against them. Because like it looks like you have a shot sometimes, but if you wait before you click shoot, you can get a certain shot that you wouldn't otherwise be able to get. Are we out of power already? Eesh. Man, I need biomass. It's just bought us a few minutes of power. Right, so we need another 86 rods. How many rods do we have here so far? 54, okay. So rods get produced pretty damn quick. And wires. Excellent, we're almost there. Four more rods needed. I think I'm going to throw all this back into the container. I don't want to handcraft this. Oh, right, wait. There we go. Oh, yeah. Please tell me that gives me more power production.
You have unlocked building space elevator, building biomass burner, part biomass. Motivational message. Congratulations, you succeeded in every provided task. On behalf of Fixit Incorporated, I thank you for your current and future service.
Thank you.
Additional knowledge.
Hub
The hub
6.
terminal has been converted to give access to milestones there to ensure you progress along Fixit approved protocols. Note,
Oh,
future
good, you can just hold the
developments
E
should be
down
aimed
and
at
it picks up
constructing the
stuff.
space elevator and as such initiating project assembly. Good luck.
You know what, if I'm going to pick up like 1,000 leaves, it might actually be worth manually turning it into biomass and then into solid biomass. Because like that time that we spend in the labor upgrading it into solid biomass, I think makes it more effective and worth it in the end. So let's just grab 1,000 leaves and see what that does for us power wise, like how long that's going to, if we turn it all into solid biomass, what that does for us. Ooh, what do we have here? More iron ore. Excellent. As tedious as I find collecting leaves manually, we won't be doing it for that much longer. Like as soon as we get the chainsaw, it all just becomes so much easier. And once I get myself to the point where I just have to throw wood into the wood bin and leaves into the leaf bin, and then it all just ends up at the end of the day as compressed solid biomass. You don't have to spend that much time gathering. I haven't found a way to automate getting leaves. I still think you have to manually run around and pick it up. If there is a way to automate that, I haven't found that yet. But I don't think you need to. You just need to put up with that nonsense until eventually you get coal power and the other forms of power. Ah, so it appears that the conveyor belts run even when there's no power. Interesting. How long is this going to take to produce all of this? It shouldn't be that long. I mean, it's taking 10 at a time, so... Okay, and I can't actually turn it into solid biomass yet, but that's fine. A full stack of 200 biomass ought to be fine. That ought to do it. Let's see, so 6.6 per minute. So 200 divided by 6 is a number, and we have that many minutes of power. Okay. Base building. Here we go. Here's our next milestone. 100 rods, 100 sheets, and a bunch of concrete. That'll take a little while. What are we going to do in the meantime then? Just help the process along by manually making plates, I suppose. And turning those into, yeah, just plates. So this is using 15 iron ingots per minute. And it's producing 30, so there should eventually end up ingots in storage. But I'm going to have to manually make ingots and turn them into plates. Okay, and it's 10 o'clock, so sorry to say, lads. I need to stop the stream. I can't run my generator any longer because of noise regulations. But I'll try my best to get the first Battle Brothers episode uploaded from an offline recording onto the YouTube channel tomorrow. And then Tuesday night we'll be streaming and playing Dodo. Hopefully, so the timing on Tuesday is going to be a bit odd. I'm going to start streaming at 8 o'clock, but I need to be ready at 9 o'clock for the first Dota game. So I might do Satisfactory for an hour, then see if I get into the first game, and then if I don't, we go back to Satisfactory. And then Wednesday more Satisfactory. Okay. Stop it. Stop. Stop. Not load. Save. New save. YouTube campaign with the screwed up case. Perfect. Well, lads, thanks for watching. And yeah, see you guys on Tuesday night.